Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's do a complete beginner's guide for Dave the Diver, shall we? Well, this is a fantastic game that kind of takes a little bit of Subnautica, a little bit of Traveler's Rest, some elements of perhaps maybe even Stardew Valley, and puts them all together in a game where we're going to dive under the ocean, collect fish, and sell them at a sushi restaurant. It's also a roguelite where the environment changes each time we go under. It's different, and we get to upgrade our character so that we have a permanent path of progression that's running behind the scenes that will make us better at diving, that will make us have a better restaurant. And there's countless things to upgrade and do in this game, and I personally was just blown away by it. So we're going to start a brand new game, and we're going to play together. You can play along, you can watch to see, is this the kind of game I want to get? Or if you just got it, you can understand the basics. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to explain to you the controls, the UI, some basic tips and strategies, how to play the game. But I'm not going to tell you, this is the best fish, this is the only way to go, you only need to collect this, do exactly this, make your restaurant look like this. It's not going to be prescriptive in that way, but instead I'm just going to give you the fundamentals so that you can enjoy Dave the Diver at your own pace. So here we go. Relaxing on the beach. Here we go. There's no time to relax. We've got to go dive. And now you get on this airplane, and this sequence just displays the credits of the game for all the amazing people who helped to create it, and nothing else happens, so I will leave you on your own play to just kind of see who all the creators of the game were if you want to watch the credits, but I'm going to skip it so we can get right to the gameplay. Oh, Dave, you got here quickly. Well, I was told to hurry here. I was on vacation, you know. So where's the sushi at? He left his vacation on a dime for sushi. Haha, now don't rush yourself. Look around. Look at this giant blue hole. I've never seen anything like this. It's not just the size. Every time you enter the giant blue hole, the terrain and ecology changes, which means this could be an incredible business opportunity. Cobra is all about that business. What kind of business? Well, we can discuss that later. I heard you took a break from diving. How about warming up? I'll guide you from here. Go ahead and go on in. I don't have a good feeling about this. All right. So we're going to work on the prologue, and we're on Cobra's boat, and we need to move over to the edge here with the left stick. Now, I'm playing using a controller, and I understand from others who I talk to on stream about the game that this is the preferred way to play. It's the easiest and most intuitive way to play, but if you're using mouse and keyboard, that's fine too. It's just your controls will appear different on the screen than mine. So I'm going to hold X to dive under the water. A sushi bar by the Blue Hole prologue, and splash. We're in. Nice form. Haha, alright. How about you try stretching out a bit? try moving to the marked area. With left trigger, you can move quickly, but remember that this speeds up oxygen consumption. Alright, so we can move using the left stick in an intuitive way as a side scroller, and you can hold left trigger to move faster, but as he does say, you have an oxygen bar, just like in Subnautica, and you need that oxygen bar to stay above 0. So you need to manage that, and you don't want to do the quick swim unless you've got plenty of oxygen and you're not worried about it. Now let me tell you some other things about your O2 in this game. This was not explained to me when I was playing it, but basically your oxygen is also your health bar. And what I mean by that is if you get hit by an enemy fish, or you take damage from something in the environment, it comes out of your oxygen. It just reduces your oxygen. So everything comes out of that. So you might find, oh my gosh, I got hit. Now I'm just about to run out of oxygen. Now, if you do run out of oxygen, you don't die, lose the game, or anything like that. What happens is you can only take one item from your backpack up with you instead of being able to take all of the things that you've gathered. So it's a pretty severe penalty. It just almost ruins the entire run. So you really, really want to avoid that happening. But it's not game over or anything, though. Good. Looks like your skills are intact. Your moves are as nimble as a freshwater snail. Let's now practice using the weapon you'll need in contingencies, the dive knife. Try using the survival knife on small fish. You can use the B key. Alright, so you can swim and use your left trigger to get to these small fish. They're hard to catch because they're going to swim away from you. There we go. Well done. Smooth and quick. And finally, you haven't forgotten how to use the harpoon yet, have you? The harpoon? Well, I haven't used one in a long time. Do you aim first and then, looks like you need some practice. Let's try using the harpoon to catch, let's say 3 fish. Aim with the A button and fire with the right trigger. Now try it yourself. So, in the upper left, you'll see that the fish popped up. And let me just, let's see here. Use the harpoon with you. I'm going to push A. And you have to hold A, and you bring up this aiming reticule, and then you just kind of aim it, and you reel in a fish. Now, you use the right trigger to fire, and you see you can only aim in this window. So if you miss, no big deal. There's no ammunition for this thing. It just takes a second to kind of reload it, and of course, the fish will swim away from you. We got a blue tang, 2 stars, and here comes one. And we got it. And we got a yellow tang. I think that should get you back on track in no time. All right, come back up to the boat. So we got to go up. Now, look, I'll explain some more stuff about the UI when we have more time. This is a tutorial where you don't, that first dive right there, you don't really get to do much. You just catch the fish. But let me just say a few things. Number one, you can't attack up or down with the harpoon. So it's always to those kind of angles to the right or left. So you need to make sure that if you're trying to harpoon something, you position yourself so that they appear to your right or your left. And then within that scope of the harpoon. When you push right trigger to fire the harpoon, it flies out. And if it's a small enough fish, you don't need to do anything else. You don't need to hold right trigger. You don't need to push anything else. He will just automatically reel it in and catch the fish. Now, bigger fish, you will not be able to harpoon as easily. You need to wear down their health, and sometimes there's a little mini game where you have to tap the button or move the controller in order to finally catch the fish. So the larger and more perhaps rare the fish is, the harder it will be to catch. So just understand that, and I think I will explain too that I never use the dive knife to try to catch fish because it's just more difficult unless it's a fish that's attacking me. And in that case, if the fish is coming up to attack me, I will use my melee weapon to try to knock it back. But usually I'm using that harpoon to catch fish, and we'll get into that more later. Dave, you love sushi, right? For sure. That soft meat with oily rice. Oh man, it's just the best. Aha. Well, listen up. I have a friend who is a sushi chef who left the business for a while. He has a bit of a sharp tongue and a slight temper, but he has one skill that I can guarantee is unmatched in the world. It is right here that I started a restaurant with my friend that sells one-of-a-kind sushi. The sushi sold here is made from fresh fish caught in the blue hole where fish from all over the world can be found. Don't you think people will go nuts for it? Yum, I'm already craving it. Haha, I bet. So, why don't you join in on this awesome venture as well? What do you say? I mean, I love eating, but I don't know a thing about cooking. Nothing to worry about. The restaurant's all ready. All you need to do is dive to get the ingredients. Doesn't sound too bad, right? I accept. So I can eat as much sushi as I want? Yeah, sure. You'll have to pay, though. Can't wait to check it out. The sushi restaurant next to the Blue Hole. It was supposed to open tonight, but I'm not sure if it's ready. Let's go have a chat at the restaurant. Aha! All right. So when you're done, you can go and check out the front of the boat, and you say go, push X, and then you push X again to go to the sushi bar. Hey, Bancho. Are we all ready to open? As you can see, it's ready just in time. Oh, it's already finished? You are the fisherman Cobra was talking about. Well, I'm more of a diver than a fisherman. Alright, anyway, it's nice to meet you. I'm Bancho. So, you like sushi? I sure do. Tuna belly, eel, sea urchin. Oh boy, just thinking about it makes my mouth water. Just as mediocre as I expected. Sushi is a food that combines the soul of sea and land. It symbolizes Mother Nature herself. Most people, however, have only tasted more accessible fish, just like you. How empty a life is one that ends without ever tasting the beauty Mother Nature can offer. My calling is to bring the taste of Mother Nature to everyone. An earthquake? The interior is really quite a mess. Yeah, it looks like we'll have to delay the opening today. You know what? I spent all my money getting this restaurant ready. I'll have to recover the repair costs through doing business. In this state? Haha! In the end, the importance of a restaurant is the taste. First, we need ingredients. Did you bring anything? Well, I have something I just caught. ... Only 3 fish? This won't be nearly enough to serve the guests. Please go and catch 7 more fish first. Oh, and the restaurant's going to be open only in the evening. Won't that decrease sales? You think we should invite customers without adequate preparation just to make a little more money? It's a chef's duty to prepare the best possible food with meticulous precision, just as a warrior sharpens his sword on a whetstone. You will need to get me the best quality ingredients during the day. Okay. Alright, so this is the restaurant, and not much going on here now, but we're back on the boat. It seems Bancho is really passionate about his work. He may not talk about personal stuff, but this guy can talk about sushi all night. Ahaha. I haven't seen Bancho so enthusiastic since the incident. It's nice to see him like this. The incident? Oops, maybe I shouldn't have brought it up. Well, anyway, we need more ingredients, so go catch 7 fish first. Alright, mission update. Alright, so now we can take a moment to pause and actually look a little bit more at the game itself. We're getting introduced to the game loop, which for now, in the beginning, we get to fish or dive twice per day before we open the restaurant. So we get to go down, collect stuff, fill up our storage, come up, unload that stuff, mess around if we want to, do any upgrading, and then we get to dive again, and then bring everything back up, and then take all of that stuff to the restaurant and go into the night portion of the game where we are helping at the restaurant, which we'll see later. Now, in the upper left, you see how much money we have. We're actually 100 in the hole, so that's what we need to repair the restaurant. And we have 2 little goals here: make 100 gold and catch 7 fish. So I'm going to walk over here, and I'm just going to dive down. Now I'm going to tell you about this portion. They want us to catch 7 fish. Now we can catch 7 fish and just swim straight up and finish this little kind of prologue. But if we catch more fish, it's better, because it'll just give us some more practice and we'll have more to work with. Now, I can actually pause the game and take a look at some of what we've got here. So when you push start, you go to this screen and you can go to the settings menu. You can close this. You can see the list of what missions we have and for whom. You can see what we have equipped. We have our harpoon gun with a regular tip and just the melee weapon of the knife. We have all sorts of other slots that we don't have anything in right now. And then over on the right portion of this screen, it says acquired. That's how many items we've got, fish and other items, and how much weight. Right now we can carry 9 kilograms without being encumbered, and if we get more than that, we will start to get weighed down, and what that will mean is that we move slower and we consume oxygen a little faster. So you want to avoid that if possible, and then there is just a maximum point where you can't carry any more at all that we'll get into when we reach that level. And I'm just going to go down here, and as I swim, in the bottom left, you can see my oxygen, you can see what depth I'm at, and you can also see how much I have carried right there in terms of weight. And I'm not doing well with the harpoon, but it's okay, because there's unlimited ammo. So we'll bring in the blue tang. Now you notice how the blue tang right there, it was 2 stars. So it had a rating of 2 stars, and that rating system is based on what condition you bring the fish in. So with the harpoon, you're catching the fish alive, and it gives you 2 stars. If you use your melee weapon and you kill it, or like a gun and you shoot it, then it goes down in quality because it's dead or near death, basically. And then to get top quality, you need to tranquilize the fish and catch it without doing any damage to it, really. Alright, so I'm getting a lot of blue tang. Now if I push start again, you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue tang, and each blue tang gives you ×2 sushi meat, and these weigh 0.5 kilograms. Now, additionally, from fish, you'll see right here, there is an item, it's wood. I can push X to pick up some wood. And items that you can pick up on the floor of the ocean will kind of shimmer to indicate to you that you can interact with them. Sometimes you just push X, and then sometimes you have to hold X. Now the deeper you go, the bigger the fish, but notice how my depth number, 32.7 meters, is kind of flashing, because there is a maximum depth I can go at this point, and it is 40 meters. And so if I go below 40 meters, I run into some problems. What are those? Oh boy, that was bad. What are the problems? The problems are that when you're deeper, you just use oxygen faster. Okay, now these fish right here that have the red kind of symbol above them, that means that they're aggressive. That means that they want to fight. And so I'm just going to kind of swim away from them for now. Our oxygen is actually getting quite low, so I can't really go collect materials unless... Oh boy, that was bad. But guess what? You don't have to be great at this game. You just need to be reasonable. This right here is an O2 tank, and if you interact with this, this will fully recharge your oxygen, so we can stay down longer. I'm not going to use it right now because I'm going to get some other stuff first. Now this is copper. I can bap it with my knife, and 3 little nodules of copper, some chunks of ore come off that we can pick up, but we need to get fish, so let's get some. And here, I'm going to hit my O2. It's telling me, warning, you're running out of air, but just hold X by that and it will fill you all the way up. There is no time when you're in the ocean. As long as you're diving, there's no time limit. The only clock you're on is oxygen. So I'm going to just go here. It's also, another clock could be weight. Now these yellow chests, let's see what you've got in here. You find items in these, and what we found is actually a sleepy toy hammer. This is kind of interesting. Let me see if I can get it to work for you. So this can actually tranquilize a fish, which means we could potentially catch it at the highest quality, but it's a little bit risky to use. Oh, here's a starfish, and here's full O2 right here. So whenever you find something like this, like a full O2 canister, you know, okay, sweet. I'm going to be safe if I just keep that in mind. I'm going to pause it and just talk to you for a moment. There is no map right now in the game, so what that means is you kind of have to just remember where things are. This silver bowl is something we can sell later. It's a money item. Right here, this plant is flashing. You push B to hit it with your weapon, and we got some Kajime. Okay, let's see here. And I'm actually going to try to get one of these bigger fish. Now, you see that fish got away because it was so big that I couldn't gather it. Now, these urchin are angry. Let's just see if we can put one to sleep. Not yet. This toy hammer, it only does 1 damage. There we go. That one is sleeping. Oops. So you can pick it up when it's asleep. Now, this guy is hitting us. There we go. And you'll notice 3 stars for the red lionfish right there, and we have enough fish. But I'm getting greedy. Now look at my weight. It's 8.2 out of 9. You notice how the numbers have turned yellow to indicate like, hey, you're getting close. Now, the fish will remember the damage that you've done to them. So we've already hit this fish. Oh, the jellyfish got in my way. Oh. Hey, we got a jellyfish. If you exceed your weight limit, you will slow down. If you exceed an even higher amount, you won't be able to carry any more. Press the start button to organize. Okay, so you could see we're at red weight, meaning we're overweight. I'm actually just going to go get some oxygen, and it's up here. Oop, there's another item in the chest. I love trying to stay down as long as possible, but especially early game, what really holds you back is just how much you can carry. But the tranquilizing hammer is a cool thing that we just got. Now, what you can kind of do to help catch the fish is lead them to a wall, because if they hit the wall of the reef or just the wall of the ocean floor, they bounce back and come to you, and then you get to use your harpoon. So like this guy right here, well, he might want to be afraid of me, but he's not. He can't go anywhere. Okay, so this was one where we had to tap the A button really rapidly. So different fish have different things that you need to do to get them. Oh boy. These guys are on us. Now we're going so slowly because of how much we weigh that it's very difficult for us to get away from these urchin. Now I don't want to lose, so I'm just going to swim away, and eventually they'll lose interest. So I'm not going to risk it. I kind of wanted to tranquilize one, to be honest with you, but I don't want to risk it because I'm so heavy right now that I can't maneuver. So if you want, you can just try to get some more fish here. And you really want to have as many fish as you can, and it pays to get more fish of the same type. So there's another blue tang, and that might not be obvious right now, but you want to have a lot of fish of the same type so you can level up the sushi dish. But at the same time, even though I'm getting a lot of blue tang isn't very valuable, and we'll see which fish are good soon. But ooh, this guy wants to play. Okay, so we have to tap A. Whenever you see that, you either have to tap the A button, or sometimes you have to rock the left stick back and forth, left and right, and if you get it into the green, you win. It's not a timing thing, it's just mash the button as fast as you can. So it's not like Stardew Valley where you're like reeling the fish in, and then you wait, and then you reel it in. It's like just literally push the button as fast as you can. And sometimes you can't catch it because it just won't, like, even if you press it really fast, you won't get it, but you wear it down, and then the next time you'll get it. And we got some more fish, and now, finally, this is what I wanted to show you. You see how above his head, when you're carrying too much, there's like a weight icon, and when you can carry no more, there's a yellow storage crate with a no sign, meaning like you can't carry any more. All you have to do ever to end your run is to just surface, to go to the top of the water at any spot, and you can return to the boat. No matter if you're close to where you started or if you're all the way on the other end of the map, you just go up to the top and you can return to your boat. All right, looks like you caught quite a few. At this rate, we'll make boatloads of money in no time. Wah ha ha ha. My, would you look at the time? We'll have to hurry and get things ready. Why don't you head to the sushi bar? All right, so now it's time to go to the sushi bar. And when you're done, they give you this screen that tells you, they didn't give it to us the first time because it was just 3 fish. This was a full run. We did dive number 1. Tells you what day it was, the weather, the temperature. Tells you how long you were under. We were actually swimming for 7 minutes and 32 seconds. We went 40 meters deep. We obtained 14 fish and 8 other items. You can see the biggest fish that we caught was that Mediterranean parrotfish. And then you can go to this screen, see all the fish you got and the cooking ingredients that you got. And then you put these in the fish tank, all right? So anything that you don't use at the restaurant or whatever, you put it in the fish tank and it will survive there. So we'll just put it there, wrap up your day, and get things ready at Bancho. By the way, you'll only be able to dive once in the morning and once in the afternoon. And this is what I was explaining to you before. This is the play loop. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Get the ingredients ready before the dinner hours start. All right, we're going back. And we need to go here. Now, you can talk to Cobra, or you can just go back. I'm going to go back. You'll notice in the upper right now, we have the wheel of time. There are 2 segments of day, the morning and the afternoon, where we can dive, and then there's evening. Bancho, how are the preparations coming along? I think we're mostly set. That's good. Here's to a great evening. Where do you think you're going? Didn't you hear from Cobra? You're to help me run the sushi bar from today onwards. What? I don't understand. Cobra told me that there would be somebody to help with the ingredients and serving. He said all I needed to do is cook. And who else is there for that but you? Wait, I've never worked at a restaurant before. The guests will be here soon. I'll give you a quick primer, so pay attention. What? Open the ingredients below. All right, so now we're in the restaurant. And at this point, time is not moving, so don't even worry about it. You can move to different fields in the bottom center of the heads-up display, or HUD, at the bottom of the screen here. And a lot of these things are locked, but we can do ingredients right now. And it says here you can check your fish, crops, sauces, and all the other materials you have. For now, that's all you need to know. Come back later for more information. Right. So we don't really need to do much with this right now. We're just going to close it. All right. Now I'll show you how to register actual items to the menu. So now we need to go to the menu and push A. New recipes need to be added to the menu before they can be sold to customers. There's a sushi recipe for the fish you acquired earlier, so try registering that to the menu. All right, so if I click A, I can add things to the menu, and you can see everything that I've got here. All the fish can be turned into different kind of sushi. So, for example, the blue tang, you see we have 18 of this, and we can make a lot of this. Granted, though, if we make it all, we might not sell it all, and anything that you don't sell goes to waste because it's got to be super fresh. So you want to kind of think about, what can I sell? But for now, because you're going to be able to catch really so many fish, it's not that big of a deal. We can't level up the blue tang right now because we don't have access to that portion of the game yet. But what we can pay attention to is how much money each sushi dish brings in, how delicious it is, and how many customers or how many servings it makes. So, for example, this fried egg jellyfish sushi sells for 8 gold, and it has a deliciousness of 16, and it makes 1, and we have 3 of them. So this is worth 8, this is worth 6, this is worth hardly anything, right? So some of these are worth barely anything. So what you want to do is focus on selling the stuff that's the most expensive to make money. Don't worry, you'll get way more of these fish later. So I'm going to go ahead and make this red lionfish, and it defaults to making the max right now, so I'm going to make 6. And he says, all right, that probably wasn't that hard. Setting ingredients to auto supply will make things a bit more convenient. Let me repeat, only food on the menu can be sold. If you run out of ingredients, you'll have to replace items on the menu or refill the ingredients. You can also enhance the flavor of the dishes, so try that out when you have enough ingredients. Now, use the ingredients you caught to fill out the menu as much as you can. All right, so I'd love to enhance this, but he's saying I don't have enough because I've already basically committed this to prepare it. So now, if I go to here and let's see, we're going to go ahead and add. Let's do the most expensive stuff. So this is 10, sell it. This is 8, sell it, and we only have 4 slots. So I'm going to sell this. I'm going to save these and see if I can level it up later because I have so many of them. Anything more valuable? No, that's it. All right, and here we go. So currently I can only put 4 things on the menu. You see the value of each and you see the quantity of each. When you're happy, you push close. Now on the left, you see the base menu of norimaki, which is the sushi made with seaweed, vinegar, and wasabi, and the green tea. If you run out of sushi, people will buy norimaki, which is kind of like it doesn't sell for anything. So that's if you don't prepare enough. And then green tea sells for 1. And we'll look at that in a moment. I'm going to close this up. How long are you going to be standing there talking? Give me a cup of green tea to quench my thirst. Have you perhaps poured green tea before? No, only soft drinks, I think. I'll tell you how. Go over to Cobra. So we need to go to Cobra, and then when somebody, their order will appear above their head in a thought bubble. And so he wants tea. So you go over to him and you push X, and then you have to use the right stick to pour the right amount. Sometimes customers will order drinks. Use the right stick to pour green tea to just the right amount. And you see there's a line inside this cup. There's a little green arrow outside it saying that's the level. So you just hold down. Now what I like to do is get it so it's just about there, and I'm going to let go, and perfect. Now perfect means you get a little bit more money. So if it's good, poor, or better, they just pay you more. So it's just a timing thing. Practice it to get better at it. I haven't found it to be too hard. I just kind of stop when the right side gets basically all the way up to the top, and then the left side of the drink is, getting closer to the line, maybe about 3/4 of the way there. I kind of just let it go and it levels out. As expected, Bancho's green tea is quite something. That tea really got my appetite going. Is there something to eat, perhaps? Demanding as always. Why don't you try serving him some food while you're at it? All right, so you can see it says, wait till the cooking is done. There's a progress bar over Bancho, and he's filling this up as he's making it. And come over to where I am and take this food. When he's done, the item will appear in a pink progress bar, meaning completed. And then you need to walk back to him. Now, as it says right here, you can dash when serving food. So you use the left trigger to move quickly, but he's got a little bit of stamina. So if you run out of stamina for a moment, Dave will just move really, really slowly, and then the stamina will fill back up. So you kind of want to avoid using all of your stamina. Now, in my opinion, it's actually kind of hard to see the stamina meter because it's small, but it really refills quickly. So you just, do a burst of the left trigger and then just walk, it comes back, and you just toggle around and just try not to use too much. But I've used too much before, and it fills back up pretty fast. Even in that case, it's not the end of the world. So we're going to go over to him. I'll run. And I've got enough stamina to make it. Hello. You sent the package last week, you say? What in the world? Let me check on that. And he's left. Cobra didn't even eat. He's always distracted like that. The food can't be reused, so we'll have to throw it out. It seems like such a waste to throw it away. Bancho Sushi never reuses food. We do not put food made for our guests on the table twice. Well, all right. So we have to hold down B to throw this away. And you'll notice at the top center of the screen on the placards that are hanging down from that beam in our restaurant, it tells you how many items we have currently and how many we have left and what we're serving for the day. Everything looks about ready. I haven't cooked for customers in a while. Kind of nervous. Don't forget to push Y after filling the menu for business to begin. So customers will order the dishes from the menu. Don't forget to register dishes to the menu before the sushi bar opens. So you have to do this every time you open it. You have to register dishes to the menu, and I'm going to hold Y, and we're open. So what I like to do when we open is just start right over here next to Bancho so that the customers will come in at random places and sit down, and then they will order stuff, and their order will go above their head, and Bancho will just start making it. And you can see the different kind of sushi that they want is above their head. And when he's done, you push X to pick it up, and then you just go. The person who wants it is flashing. Now, sometimes multiple people will want something. So what you need to do is give it to the person who ordered it first, because they have a time limit on how long they want to wait for the food. So, for example, this lady right here actually ordered it first. And there's some trash left I have to get in a moment. And I have to run this all the way over here. And she wants tea really badly, so we have to go. She was about to get upset. All right, and we got it for her. And here's some sushi. Here you go. And sushi. I'm going to clean this up. You have to push both the triggers at the same time, about 4 times to clean that up when there's trash. It gets really chaotic, as you can see. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, go. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, go. I'm going to run back and get the sushi for this lady. She's upset, but we got it for her there. And then this sushi is ready. I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to run all the way over and give it to her there. And we clean up this trash like that. We got a little tip, and we made money. Close for the day, Bancho Sushi. And how much did we make? Well, we made 93, and we got 5 for the Artisan's Flame, and we did beautifully. Phew, work's finally done for the day. My back and legs hurt. You were a bit clumsy, but not bad for a first day. Try a little harder next time. I suppose coming from you, that's a compliment, hee. A man should not feel gratification from simple compliments. Yeah, all right. In any case, a toast to the opening of Bancho Sushi. And here comes the delivery truck that Cobra was talking about. I guess not. It's not a truck. It's a boat. How about that? Oh my goodness. The Kraken. That's a problem for the boat. Is he okay? Probably not. It's day 2, and we're getting a phone call from Ellie. Are you the man who's been diving around here? Yeah, I think so. Huh, I was expecting a more professional-looking guy. I can hear you, you know. In any case, can you do something for me? Shouldn't you tell me who you are first? I'm Ellie. I study biology at the local graduate school. I've come out to investigate after reports of anomalies in the area. Satisfied? Okay, so what do you want? I'd like to study the ecology of this blue hole. Give me some agar and red starfish first. I don't think it's a good idea to ask for just 1 of each. Give me 2 of each. Your tone makes me want to refuse. I've got a reward, but if you don't want it, that's fine by me. Reward? Well, I wasn't refusing. I'm just saying you could ask more nicely. In any case, please hurry. Don't dally. So she wants us to get these items for her, and now we have the smartphone. You can use your phone to access various types of content, check your current missions, and more. All right, so the start menu has now become the phone. And if I push start, I bring up my phone, and I can call people, I can check my mail, the weather, the calendar, the to-do list, things like this. And I can also go over here and check in my storage to see all the items that I'm storing, change my equipment when that becomes necessary. And I can look right here. Remember, no time is passing. I'm just in, as you see on the upper right, I'm in the morning segment. I have an afternoon segment to dive as well. And all I need to do is make 100 gold. And now I have another quest to get this red ecological data for the very friendly Ellie. And that is our first day at Bancho Sushi. We dived twice. We got sushi. We worked at the restaurant. And we are seeing a lot of elements of this game. But I got to be honest with you. The game is fantastic because it keeps adding more and more layers of complexity and things to do as we go. So there's a lot to explain, but I think this is a great place to stop the first episode of this Complete Beginner's Guide as we finished day 1. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this to be educational and fun. This game is so good. I'm having a blast playing it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Let me know if you want to see anything more. And if you have any tips and tricks you'd like to share, please do so, but in a non-spoilery way. Please remember this is for brand new players who have never played the game before. You can offer any guidance in that fashion. I'd really appreciate it. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Take care.